Oh man, my mama was a soap head. The first time I remember seeing Miss Debbie was on Loving because my mama would watch Ryan's Hope, she would watch Loving, and then she'd watch Days of Our Lives. So I didn't know anything about All My Children until later. When I saw her on there, and I thought, oh man, who is this? Because I thought she was beautiful, and I was like, wow, she has braids in her hair. Like she really looks like us. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
usually when you us on TV, we have the long weaves and straight hair. Nothing against that, because go with whatever makes you happy. But I was just glad to see somebody who really looked like somebody on my street. With the long braids. And I know she had dreads at one point, but I remember really her just getting my attention, and I thought, man, this woman can act. She has it together. And so ever since then, I was just, trying to keep up with what she was doing. And one of my other friends in school, her mama watched All My Children, and we would talk about Loving because her mama was all ABC, and then she was like, "Oh, she's on All My Children," and I'm like, "I don't watch that." I started watching after that, after that because I wasn't even aware of who Jesse and Angie was until my friend was like, "No, you gotta watch All My Children."
Wow.
From there, and ever since then, it's been like whatever she does, I make a point, making my business to either go watch it at the theater if she's in a movie, in a film, or if she's on television. Because honestly, there are very few actors or actresses who, when I see them in a film, that I remember exactly what happened, the whole storyline. I'm saying, so whenever she's in something, like I remember it. I know what the storyline was. I knew exactly what she was doing. So yeah, she's phenomenal. All right, definitely on TV has to be Angie. Because that's the role she's played longest on television. The one I'm most familiar with. And I did actually watch her too when she was on Generations, and I thought that was a much different role, but very positive one. Oh, that she went from being a doctor to a lawyer, I believe, on that show.
Mm-hmm.
And film would have to be Moselle on East Bayou. I, that was just, yeah. I don't know what she does to go to those places to just pull these characters out of her mind. But and I don't know. I think I tweeted her that before, that she's such a chameleon,
Mm-hmm.
because she, whatever it is that she's taking on, like, you really believe it, like you believe her.
Right.
And that's one of the things that I love about her as a performer, is that whatever role she's playing, like I believe that that's who she is at that moment. So she does a really good job of that. I don't know where to begin with that, other than, I don't know. Let's see, Miss Debbie. I would just say that I do believe that you are one of the best performers out there, hands down. Everything that I've ever seen you in, it was obvious that you poured yourself into your work, and that's what keeps putting me back in as a fan. That I know when I go see a movie, I'm going to get whatever character is there for that you have to portray. I know I'm going to get it 100%, and that's kind of just what I expect. I just expect that from you because I know you're going to bring it. And the other thing I think that I really admire is that even through all the things that you've been through, just as a normal, regular, everyday person, um, you you seem to always just maintain an air of positivity about yourself. Like, I don't ever recall anything negative, you know, in the press or whatever. And as open as you are, basically, just about your life, it would be easy for people to just kind of pick you apart about whatever thing that you endured or put out there. But you always have a very positive attitude. And and that's one of the things that I'm like, man, she's been in this business for a long time. And for somebody to have that kind of longevity without having the attached, scandalous, crazy stuff going on, and still be able to work and have that air of professionalism. It's admirable, and that's one of the things that I do love about you. So, and that you really appreciate your fans. And that that you open yourself up and give us that little piece of yourself, even just about little personal things that go on, and you don't have to do that. So we appreciate that, and we appreciate you, and we're here and we're going to support whatever it is that you do. Now I need you to hurry up and get on down here to Charlotte so I can see this one woman show or get the book or something. Husband that upgrade. But anyway, I love you, I love you, I love you. You're wonderful. And I look forward to seeing much more of you on my television screen because you are phenomenal. And whether or not you put your hat in for the Emmy, you really, really do deserve it. And you are our leading actress. Believe that 100%. We love you, Miss Debbi.
How long have you been fans of Debbi Morgan?
For a really long time.
When did East Bayou come out?
East Bayou came out in 96. So, since 96.
I was only 3.
You were only 3? You weren't a fan yet, though. But I was a fan, which made her become a fan.
Because she used to watch the soap operas, and I hated the soap operas.
This is true.
For a long time. I thought, why are you watching these shows? And then I watched The Cosby Show, and she was on The Cosby Show. And then she used to record her TV show, or the soap operas on those little tapes. VHSs. And she would have to fast forward to get to The Cosby Show. And one day I saw her on there, and I was like, who is that? And then you said, that's Debbi Morgan. And then later on, I saw her on East Bayou, and I never gave my cousin her tape back.
Yeah, she stole her cousin's East Bayou tape. She never gave it back. Not this cousin, another cousin.
Yeah. So y'all got a family affair of
we do.
Following Debbi Morgan. That's what it is. We convert. Favorite character or characters and why?
You go first.
That's East Bayou. Just because I love that one. She looks so gorgeous, and I love the clothes and the hair. I just love it. I love that movie. I can really say it.
We know all the words.
Yeah. We're the worst people to watch it with.
This is true. My favorite, love Eve's Bayou, but I also love her in The Hurricane. Even though it was just a brief moment that she was in there, her part was memorable. So that's my favorite Debbi Morgan movie. And of course, love Angie. Gotta love Angie. And I loved you on Any Day Now, too. And Asunder. And Coach Carter.
So now that we're here in Dallas, and you got to speak with her again last night, what was that experience like?
Great. It's great.
It's a great moment. It is. I'm never there in the moment. It's like, is this really happening? I leave and I'm like, did that happen? Did she touch my face? Did she say, why are you shaking? And hug me real tight and call me wet? Not only wet, but the Whitney? I was like, that did happen. So it's almost a surreal moment. Like, you never believe that, that actually happened. She's so like a normal person. So down to earth. You just feel like you're talking to, your aunt.
She's very petite.
She's very tiny.
Very, very tiny.
But she hugs really
tight.
You're like, oh my goodness.
The whole purpose for this little interview was to prove a theory that I had. Very first meeting. Do you recall what she was saying to you? Did you have a moment where you just kind of maybe blanked out?
I remember going up to her, finally making my way up there, saying, Whitney, this is all or nothing. You didn't travel all this way from Texas not to say something to her. And I go up to her and I'm like, And I'm shaking. I'm like, hi, Miss Debbie. My name is Whitney. And she was like, Whitney! And hugged me right tight. I'm like, oh my God. After that, I'm like, I don't even know what happened. I remember we took a picture, and she was like, take another one. Let's take another one. That one good. And I was like, okay, yes, ma'am.
And then she left me, and she didn't bring me along. And then I had to meet her by myself. She didn't know who I was.
So I made up for it this time.
And then I was trying to maneuver my way through a crowd of people, and my dad kept shoving me, go up there. And I was like, no, she's talking to people. And then he's like calling her name, like they go way back. And it's like, you don't know her. Stop calling her name. You don't know her. So I'm sure she heard her name. I was like, who is this calling me? This bright yellow man. What in the world? But yeah, so I was trying to be calm while my dad was pushing me to go up there, and I finally did. And all I could say was my name, and she shook my hand. Then we took a picture, and this one got in it.
I did.
And
jump in the picture.
I would have forgotten my picture.
What? I just said, you might as well. You only live once.
And she was too close, so I couldn't crop her out. I didn't try at all, but
you see the truth. You see this, Miss Debbie? Do you hear this?
I didn't. I just said I didn't.
My flesh and blood.
Tell me about the birthday.
The birthday?
Birthday.
Yeah. Oh, our birthday was breakfast at Tiffany themed. It went really well, but my gift to Amber was like a compilation of all the pictures we took while we were in Maryland. Y'all are on there.
We made the board?
Yeah, of course. So that was
top.
like the save the best for last moment. Of course, she knew it was going to come, but she didn't know. So we got a little teary-eyed, we got a little emotional. Then the conversation kind of turned to Miss Debbie. Oh my God, y'all met her? Y'all remember seeing these pictures already? Oh my goodness, is that her for real? Oh my goodness, that's Angie. Okay. So it was a really nice moment. And it hangs. Is yours hanging on your wall? Mm-hmm. Mine is hanging on my wall. I look at it every day and say, oh my goodness, that really happened.
She's on every picture.
Somebody did point out to me that I am on every picture. It wasn't my intent. How that happened, I don't know.
She's on everyone except for everyone except for the one out of the window of the plane.
The clouds. I'm not on the
But if
clouds.
she was out there, that'd be a little scary.
Back and look at my life and make some changes. There were some things that I knew I needed to do, but because of the other women in my family hadn't done it, so I said, why should I do it? Granny didn't do it, Aunt so-and-so didn't do it, this person didn't do it, why do I have to do it? But after seeing your show, I came home and I did it. Have been doing it thus far.
You want to tell her what that is?
Don't want to tell her what that is? Not really. It's a little embarrassing, but that's what it is. So I appreciate your honesty and your honesty, your being able to share your story with the world, because it does impact those who hear it, see it, in whichever way. So I totally appreciate you, love you. Keep doing what you're doing, because we appreciate it and we love you for that. Love you, Miss Debbie. And we love your dimples. We wish you had your dimples. Yeah. Occasionally we see like a slight dimple and we get really excited, but they're not yours.
Yeah, my mom didn't give me her dimples.
My mom has them. She didn't pass them to her, but that's okay.
She was being very stingy. Very, very stingy. She didn't give me good hair. My daddy didn't give me his eyes. That's a whole other story.
Your turn. And loving you has, I think, kind of brought... We're already close. We're very close. We're 8 years apart, but we're extremely close. That means she's old, I know. But watching you, your movies, All My Children, TV shows, or whatever it is that you doing at the moment, brings us closer. How so?
Because no one else watches soaps in our church.
No, that is true. No one else watches the soap operas really but us.
And now I'm hooked on them.
And we're hooked on you. No matter what you do, we will follow you to Timbuktu, Alaska, Antarctica, wherever you go, because we love you that much.
People don't understand why I like her, because from 2008 till now, and until Power comes on, which I'm dying to see, because I know she's gonna kill it anyway. But when I saw the promo for All My Children back in 2008 when she first came back on, I'm like, oh my God, I have got to watch this with the pretty ladies. And I'm like, okay, so I missed a couple episodes till I found YouTube had it on. And I'm like, I'm cool. YouTube has it. I can watch it whenever I want. Girl, I clicked on that video. I was hooked. I'm like, okay, we're here. We're good. We got it. We're good. And every day I was home from school, it was I'm like, 1 o'clock. Where's my remote? I used to be so mad when they showed her. I was so mad. Even when I was at school, and I used to, like, we had a lounge in my dorm. Mm-hmm. So it was a big flat screen TV. So every day at 1 o'clock when I didn't have class, or when I skipped. Sorry, Miss Debbi, I know education is important, but when I skipped the class just for you, man, some days, and it's just like literally, I know she only mad because I skipped, but hey, it wasn't really my major no way, so I skipped a couple things. I'm sorry, Miss Debbi, I know you want me to finish school, whatever, but I'm sorry, I cannot finish. Oh my God. Like one day I think it was the last TV episode of All My Children. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, I skipped. I was like, oh, because remember they said she'd be able to see. I was like, oh, I saw her looking at Jesse in that first part. I'm like, wait a minute, I was like, wait a minute, she about to be able to see him. In the commercial, I was like, oh, it's on, I can't go to class tomorrow. I'm sorry, I know I'm supposed to be, but I ain't going. So that day, 1 o'clock, I rushed in the lounge and nobody was in there. Thank God. Because when I saw that, I was like, she can see. I mean, I was jumping up and down like, she can see. Let me say this without crying again, because I know me, it's going to hurt in tears, and I ain't going to be able to stop them. But, well, Miss Debbi, you don't know this, but you don't know what you mean to me, even though we don't have any a personal relationship, but you actually helped me, because I used to write a long time ago, but now that you read the book, it inspired me to continue writing. Miss Debbi, I just want to tell you that you're not only talented, but you're beautiful. You're my inspiration, and I love you from the bottom of my heart. I love you very much.
Oh wow. Ever since I've started all my children looking watching all my children, I think I was 16, back in high school. Yeah, that's when I started being a Debbi Morgan fan.
Okay. Favorite character and why?
Inspire you. Also, she is she's a classic there. She is flawless. She is untouchable. I don't even know why they didn't just give her an Oscar. She is just amazing with that character. I think it's been ever since she's been on Twitter actually. I've never tweeted her until I gained courage to. I was afraid to tweet. I don't know why, but I was afraid to. Yeah, it's ever been she's on Twitter. Yes. Okay. Hi, Miss Debbi. This is Brandy from South Africa. I just wanted to tell you that you are the most amazing actress ever. I haven't seen talent like yours ever. I simply adore you. You are the most down to earth person. I would like to meet you someday. You are simply the best. You define a black woman for me. You are amazing.